Hello everyone, welcome back to Unveiling Mythical Legends. Today, we're taking you into the mysterious wilderness of Australia to explore a riddle that remains unsolved to this day. Brunjoal. This name might sound like a fictional monster from a sci-fi story to many, but in reality, it has been passed down in Australian Aboriginal legends for thousands of years. Are you ready to learn about this terrifying 7-meter giant from legend? From ancient footprints to modern sightings, is Brunjoal a real creature or just an unsolved mystery? Let's uncover the veil of this enigmatic history. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit like, and leave a comment to share your thoughts with us. Now, let's embark on this thrilling adventure. In the vast and mysterious wilderness of Australia, there is a legend about Brunjoal that has captivated the attention of countless explorers and scientists. The name Brunjoal is repeatedly mentioned, becoming one of the most intriguing mysteries of the Australian outback. The legend of this mysterious creature dates back thousands of years, with Aboriginal oral history referring to a terrifying giant creature said to stand as tall as 7 meters, possessing powerful hind legs and a pair of blood-red eyes, much like a living dinosaur. To this day, numerous sightings and strange footprints continue to keep this story shrouded in mystery. In the wilderness, shocking 3-toed footprints have been discovered, with sizes ranging from 60 to 75 centimeters, far exceeding any known animal. Neither saltwater crocodiles nor other giant creatures could compare. Such discoveries have left the scientific community deeply puzzled. Are these footprints truly from an unknown creature, or are they simply an unexplained natural phenomenon? Perhaps it is a secret of nature that has yet to be fully revealed to us. In the desolate and mysterious interior of Australia, there exists an ancient legend that has been passed down for thousands of years. Its name is Brunjoal. This story has endured within Aboriginal culture, describing a terrifying and mysterious giant creature. It is said to stand as tall as 7 meters, resembling an ancient dinosaur, with blood-red eyes that emit a fearsome glow, striking terror into anyone who gazes upon it. This creature is unlike any known animal in the modern world. It seems to transcend the natural laws we understand, becoming an unsolved enigma of the wilderness. Brunjoal is not merely a creature of ancient legend. In recent years, reports of sightings have continued to surface. Witnesses from various regions have described similar scenes. In the dead of night, they spot a massive figure suddenly emerging from the wilderness, its towering form swiftly crossing the road before disappearing into the darkness. Even in modern times, these sightings are so consistent that it is impossible to dismiss them as mere folklore. Brunjoal doesn't seem to be just a myth, but rather an inexplicable reality, an elusive presence that defies understanding. In 2023, a shocking event occurred in the Australian wilderness, where a truck driver witnessed a terrifying creature, an encounter that he still cannot forget. That day, he was driving his truck through the vast, desolate interior of Australia, with nothing but the sound of the engine and the drifting dust surrounding him. Suddenly, a massive dark figure appeared right in front of him. The silhouette of this dark figure stood an impressive 7 meters tall, resembling a monster as it loomed in the darkness. Its massive body exuded an overwhelming sense of pressure, making the air feel heavy. The creature's legs were powerful, with muscular hind limbs supporting its terrifying frame. Each step it took was heavy and forceful, as if it could crush the entire world with ease. The most chilling aspect, however, was its pair of bright red eyes, glowing with a deadly intensity through the darkness. It seemed as though those eyes could peer into the depths of a person's soul, instilling an intense and undeniable fear. The truck driver couldn't believe his eyes at that moment. He thought he must have fallen into a terrifying hallucination, but everything felt so real, as if the mysterious creature truly existed in the wilderness. This sight deeply shocked him, and it led him to courageously report the sighting. As the truck driver's experience became public, the legend of Brunjoal once again captured the attention of society. From the ancient Aboriginal myths to modern-day sightings, the story of Brunjoal has remained an enigma. Is this 7-meter-tall monster a real creature, or just a figment of people's imagination? Could it really be an ancient species that has survived to this day, still lurking in the vast Australian wilderness? The most shocking aspect of the Brunjoal legend is undoubtedly the massive 3-toed footprints. These footprints are astonishing in size, ranging from 60 to 75 centimeters in length, far exceeding the size of any known Australian creature. Whether it be giant crocodiles or large marsupials, none can compare to the scale of these prints. The discovery of these footprints has undeniably brought the reality of Brunjoal back into the spotlight for debate. When people find these enormous tracks in the Australian wilderness, numerous questions arise. What kind of creature could leave such enormous and peculiar footprints? These tracks, deeply imprinted in the sand or muddy ground, seem to defy any comparison with the footprints of known animals. They appear to belong to no existing species, with their strange and unusually large shape raising doubts in the mind of anyone who sees them. Could these really just be the marks of an unknown animal? Or do they come from an ancient creature that has long disappeared and been forgotten? These questions remain unresolved, making the legend of Brunjoal even more captivating and mysterious. People can't help but wonder if these massive footprints are connected to the 7-meter-tall creature, Brunjoal. Perhaps these footprints are evidence of its existence, proving that this terrifying creature once roamed through the wilderness. Each new discovery brings this enigmatic being to the surface once again, compelling us to acknowledge its presence. Australia, this mysterious land, boasts some of the most challenging ecosystems in the world, making it home to many unique species. The plants and animals here, whether toxic or deadly, have evolved astonishing survival skills. From the venomous redback spider to the highly poisonous sea snakes, and even frogs that can release neurotoxins, these creatures have adapted under extreme environmental pressures, making Australia a coveted research site for biologists and adventurers. You may have heard of these peculiar creatures, but there is one name, Brunjoal, that seems to be a hidden, unfathomable dark corner of the continent's mysterious veil. Brunjoal, this legendary creature, is not only a terrifying presence in Australian Aboriginal mythology, but has also been repeatedly mentioned in modern-day sightings. Its immense size, said to reach 7 meters, its dinosaur-like appearance, and its red eyes glowing with a deadly light seem to perfectly align with the strange climate and extreme environment of the land. This legendary creature may have been born under such extreme evolutionary pressures. Imagine, on this land filled with venomous creatures, a powerful and mysterious being like Brunjoal. Could it survive in such an environment, even remaining hidden from human sight, becoming an eternal enigma? Perhaps Brunjoal is one of nature's unsolved mysteries, much like the other terrifying creatures of this continent that continue to make people wary and reluctant to underestimate. Brunjoal, a name that has long been passed down through the heart of the Australian outback, did not just emerge in recent times. In fact, the legend of this creature can be traced back thousands of years, long before modern explorers or scientists ventured into this vast wilderness. The indigenous people of Australia had already described this mysterious being in their stories. According to their myths, Brunjoal is not merely a monster, but a colossal creature with immense powers of fear, often appearing in the wilderness at night, its red eyes gleaming eerily as if it could see everything. In the stories of the indigenous people, this creature was not just a physical source of terror, but often symbolized deep cultural and natural forces. The descriptions of Brunjoal in these ancient accounts are strikingly similar to those reported in modern sightings: gigantic, incredibly strong, and with characteristics that mirror the modern accounts of Brunjoal sightings. This raises an intriguing question. Are these legends simply human memories of a species that has long since gone extinct, Or is it a mysterious creature still lurking in the natural world, undiscovered by science? This question remains unanswered to this day. However, every time someone, whether an ordinary adventurer, a local resident, or even a truck driver, recounts their terrifying encounter with Brunjoal in the Australian outback, it is nothing short of shocking. The creatures they describe, standing 7 meters tall, with massive muscles and glowing red eyes, seem to echo the ancient legends, providing a chilling sense of continuity through time. It is as if these sightings serve as evidence that this creature truly exists, whether it is an ancient being from the past or an unknown natural miracle that humanity has yet to recognize. When we delve into the origins of the mysterious creature Brunjoal, we uncover a surprising fact. The name Varanger comes from an ancient indigenous Australian language and is closely related to the giant reptilian creature described by the indigenous people. These legends began circulating over 40,000 years ago, clearly depicting a massive, bipedal reptile that closely matches the descriptions of Brunjoal seen by modern witnesses. This leads us to ponder. Are these ancient stories merely forgotten memories of history, or do they conceal a deeper truth? Are they evidence of coexistence with real prehistoric giants, or do they reveal ancient secrets that have remained undiscovered through time? The legend of Varanger is described in indigenous narratives as a colossal bipedal reptile with a terrifying appearance, capable of moving freely through the wilderness. These ancient accounts are filled with astonishing details, and the features described bear an uncanny resemblance to the Brunjoal sightings reported today. Both describe a creature with a massive body and powerful hind legs, evoking comparisons to certain prehistoric animals, even descendants of dinosaurs. When compared to modern sightings of Brunjoal, these narratives seem even more mysterious and eerie, as though they have transcended thousands of years and still accurately depict the creature's appearance and behavior. What is even more astounding is that the indigenous cultures of the Northern Territory are considered to be the oldest continuous civilization on Earth, with a history dating back over 65,000 years. These indigenous tribes have a deep oral tradition that has been passed down through generations, and in many ways, their oral histories have proven to be remarkably accurate. For example, they recorded the rise in sea levels following glacial melting thousands of years ago, and it wasn't until modern scientific advancements that these records were confirmed. The knowledge of these ancient tribes reveals a profound and intricate understanding of the natural world, prompting us to question, if they could record natural phenomena with such accuracy, could the mysterious creature Brunjoal they described also be based on real observations? The legends of these indigenous tribes are not mere myths or stories. On the contrary, they record many details that align with modern scientific discoveries, and the accuracy of these accounts forces one to question whether there are undiscovered truths behind these tales. The giant creature known as Brunjoal appeared in indigenous oral histories long before modern sightings of the creature. The striking similarity across thousands of years cannot be ignored, and perhaps this creature is not a fictional being, but rather a species that once existed, simply unrecognized by science for various reasons. Modern Brunjoal sightings date back to 1961, when Johnny Matthews, a station manager at Lake Creek Station in northern Queensland, reported seeing a giant creature approximately 20 feet tall. The creature was dark gray and resembled a dinosaur, specifically a theropod, quickly crossing the area and disappearing into the dense jungle. This sighting not only shocked Matthews, but also became one of the most iconic modern reports of the Brunjoal legend. However, this was not an isolated event. In fact, as early as the 1950s, cattle workers in the MacArthur River region of the Northern Territory had reported similar encounters. They described the appearance of an unknown giant beast, and many of the reports had striking similarities. The appearance of a huge shadow, the extreme panic of cattle, and most chilling of all, the giant three-toed footprints that did not match any known animal. These sightings gradually brought the mysterious creature Brunjoal into the public eye. Even today, the scientific community remains skeptical of these sightings, unable to explain why so many station workers and witnesses consistently describe such a giant creature, with strikingly similar details in their reports, including the creature's behavior, shape, and size. Brunjoal, a name already familiar to locals, has become the subject of growing curiosity as more and more sightings come to light. The question of whether it is merely a myth or a real creature hidden beyond the scope of modern science is one that increasingly intrigues many. In addition to the enormous size of the Brunjoal itself, what is most surprising are the puzzling footprints. The size and shape of these footprints completely exceed the range of known local animals and cannot be matched with any existing species. They measure 60 to 75 centimeters in length, with 3 large toes, resembling the footprints of dinosaurs. This has left many researchers confused, as these tracks clearly do not resemble any known animal marks. Through early reports and sightings, we can clearly identify 4 main unusual features of the Brunjoal, which set it apart from any known modern species. First, the Brunjoal's size is extraordinarily massive, far exceeding Australia's largest land animals. According to witnesses, its height can reach 7 meters, and such a colossal body makes it especially noticeable in the forest or wilderness. Whether standing or walking, the Brunjoal's size leaves a lasting impression on anyone who encounters it, and its presence cannot be ignored. Secondly, the Brunjoal's mode of movement is another distinct characteristic. Unlike any known quadrupedal animal, the Brunjoal walks upright on 2 legs, making its form even more threatening and terrifying. This bipedal walking style makes it appear more like certain dinosaurs or prehistoric creatures, as if this mysterious being has traversed time, walking from the ancient Earth into the present. This is not only a marker of its size, but also one of the key features consistently described in sighting reports. Third, the appearance of the Brunjoal has more characteristics of a reptile, which sets it apart from modern mammals. Many witnesses have mentioned that the texture of the Brunjoal's skin is very similar to that of reptiles, with a dry and scaly surface. This undoubtedly makes it appear both ancient and alien. Furthermore, its forward-leaning body posture and movement resemble those of an ancient crawling creature, which further enhances the mysterious and terrifying aura surrounding the Brunjoal. Finally, what is most fascinating are the footprints left by the Brunjoal. These tracks are highly distinctive, with unique toe angles and shapes that bear no resemblance to any known animal's footprints. According to witnesses, these footprints measure 60 to 75 centimeters in length and have 3 large toes, which do not correspond to any existing species. This makes the reality of the Brunjoal even more challenging to confirm. These characteristics have led scientists and researchers to deeply question the existence of the Brunjoal. Could it be an undiscovered species, or is it merely a legendary creature from ancient times? It wasn't until the 1970s, when cryptozoologist Rex Gilroy became involved, that research into the Brunjoal entered a new phase. Gilroy's passion for this mysterious creature was nothing short of remarkable. Not only did he venture into Australia's most remote and dangerous areas for fieldwork, but he also personally delved into the jungles in search of Brunjoal's traces, systematically collecting all available data related to the creature. Through long hours of investigation and research, he not only found numerous eyewitness reports, but also created plaster casts of Brunjoal's enormous footprints, an act that undoubtedly added weight to his research. Gilroy's findings caused a huge sensation. He firmly believed that the Brunjoal was not just a legend, but a surviving prehistoric theropod dinosaur, possibly belonging to the Allosaurus family. This theory garnered widespread attention in both the cryptozoological community and the academic world, sparking public interest. After all, who wouldn't be intensely curious about a prehistoric dinosaur that might have survived into the present day? However, despite the remarkable discoveries in Gilroy's research, his theory was not accepted by the mainstream scientific community. Even more perplexing was the fact that Gilroy's findings were rejected for publication by several major publishing houses, the reason cited being the sensitive nature of the content. This incident undoubtedly raised further doubts about the reality of the Beringer. Why would such a research-worthy topic be so openly avoided? Was it fear of the unknown within the scientific community, or were there deeper, undisclosed reasons behind the rejection? In 1971, an event that shocked all of Australia brought the Beringer story back into the spotlight. Reports of dinosaur footprints began to flood in from a remote region in northern Queensland. A local newspaper even published a photograph, provided by an anonymous informant, showing a massive three-toed footprint deeply embedded in a dry riverbed. The size of this footprint was impossible to ignore and was entirely different from any known animal track. These unusual discoveries quickly attracted the attention of the scientific community, and Gilroy, the cryptozoologist, rushed to the scene to personally gather data and create several plaster casts of the footprints. Once these casts were made public, they immediately astonished experts. The size, structure, and shape of these footprints are completely inconsistent with any known animal tracks. After expert analysis, it was found that these footprints bear an astonishing resemblance to those of dinosaurs, especially the unique three-toed structure, which seems to transport people back to ancient times. What kind of creature could these footprints belong to? Is it an extinct dinosaur, or some kind of surviving prehistoric creature? However, even more astonishing discoveries followed. Near these dinosaur footprints, shepherds reported that within just 1 week, they lost 37 cattle, and the bodies of these cows bore clear bite marks. Based on the evidence at the scene, it was apparent that the predator had immense jaw strength, and these bite marks could not have been left by any known animal. This discovery not only deepened the doubts about the existence of Beringer, but also made the reality of this mysterious creature a focal point for both the scientific community and the general public. The story of Beringer remains one of the most mysterious and captivating unsolved enigmas in the Australian wilderness. The existence of this mysterious creature continues to spark fierce debates between supporters and skeptics. On one hand, Beringer supporters firmly believe that it is a surviving prehistoric creature, perhaps a dinosaur that never completely went extinct. According to their view, this creature has successfully hidden itself in a remote corner of the Earth, adapting and evolving to survive in extreme environments, existing to this day. Many eyewitness accounts, from truck drivers' personal experiences to the giant footprints found by shepherds, are regarded as irrefutable evidence by them. Whether it's the detailed descriptions or the footprints that completely deviate from known modern animals, all of these reinforce their belief. However, there are also many opposing voices regarding these mysterious reports. Some scientists and skeptics believe that Beringer is nothing more than a product of collective imagination or a misunderstanding and illusion caused by psychological phenomena. After all, whether it's the footprints or the eyewitness accounts, there is a lack of sufficient scientific evidence to prove their authenticity. Some argue that these stories may simply be overinterpretations of unknown natural phenomena, where random events are linked with ancient legends, creating an unverifiable monster. This is the story of Beringer, the mysterious and terrifying legendary creature. Do you believe it's a dinosaur that has survived to this day, or is it simply an ancient myth? Regardless, this mystery continues to captivate the attention of countless explorers and scientists. If you have more thoughts or questions about the story of Beringer, make sure to leave a comment below and share them with us. If you enjoy these kinds of exploration stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends so we can discuss these mysterious, unsolved enigmas together. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.